a quadratic equation, others, ax square plus bx plus c, right?
Yeah.
That's equals to 0, isn't it?
Yes.
So when we have such a quadratic equation, without even solving this equation, okay, without even solving this equation, I am just asking you that whether you will be able to solve this equation or not. Whether you'll be able to solve this equation or not. Sometimes a given quadratic equation is not solvable. Okay, not solvable as in you will not be able to find out the values of x
Hmm.
for that particular quadratic equation. You understand?
Yeah.
So for that particular quadratic equation, if you're not able to find out the value of x, what is the point of, what is the point of, waste your time to actually solve the values of x? Because that equation isn't solvable at all.
Hmm.
What am I trying to tell you here? So you have to find out the value of the discriminant. Discriminant. Okay?
Hmm.
Discriminant is denoted with d, and the formula is b square minus 4ac. Okay, the
Okay.
formula is b square minus 4ac. If that value of discriminant is equals to 0, you will say the roots exist. That means the equation is solvable. But
Yes.
both the values of x are equal. If the value of discriminant is greater than 0, that means any positive number, you will say what? You will say what? That the roots exist, but the roots are different. Roots are different. That means if one value of x is 1, the other value of x would be 2. The two different values of x are there. All right.
Yeah.
And if roots exist and they are equal, that means x is equals to 1 and 1. So both the values of x are coming out to be 1. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So this is called discriminant. And if you get discriminant as some negative numbers, I hope you understand that if you represent those numbers on a number line, do you understand that all the numbers here would be what? All the numbers here would be negative.
Hmm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And if all the numbers are negative, I suppose you understand that all the negative numbers are less than 0. Okay?
Yes.
So that's the concept.
Hmm. Okay.
So what am I trying to explain you here is that when all the numbers are less than 0 are negative, can I also say that, if discriminant is less than 0, the roots exist?
Hmm.
The roots does not
Yes.
exist.
Just 1 second.
Yeah. I am giving you these multiple equations here, and we will just check whether this equation can be solved or not. And if it can be solved, then what kind of roots can we expect from this particular equation? So the question shall be something like this. It says determine the nature of the roots of the following quadratic equation. See, following quadratic equation. Yes, that's better. So the first equation that we have is 2x square plus x minus 1. So what do? You compare this equation with ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So you have a equals to 2, b equals to 1, c equals to minus 1. Are you understanding?
Yes.
So when you have a as 2, b as 1, c as minus 1, we put the value of this because we have to check the nature of the roots. So we have discriminant as b square minus 4ac. So discriminant is going to be b is going to be 1 square minus 4ac. I'm going to put in the values of a, b, and c here wherever is required. So b is 1, I put in here. A is 2, I put that value here. And C is minus 1, I'll put that value right here. So do you understand that discriminant here shall be 1 minus 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times minus 1 is minus 8. And minus becomes plus 8. So my discriminant becomes 9 and which is greater than 0.
Hmm.
And whenever discriminant is greater than 0, I will say it is positive number. That would
Yes.
mean that indicates that equations are solvable.
Hmm.
Why are the equations solvable? Understand? And it would give me real and different roots. Real and different roots. You
Hmm.
understand the point?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the concept. Similarly, when we have this second equation, I have x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals to 0. The question is still the same. Determine the roots of the following quadratic equation. What
Hmm.
is the thing that you're supposed to do? You're going to write down ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So we have a as 1, b as minus 4, and c as 4. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when we have this a as 1, b as minus 4, and c as 4, you know,
Hmm.
what do you think we have? We have to check the nature of the roots, and the nature of the roots is determined by the discriminant, whose formula is b square minus 4ac. So
Yeah.
discriminant is equals to b is what? Minus 4 square minus 4ac. So that's going to be 16 minus times minus. Basically, that's going to be 16. 4 times 4 is going to be 16, isn't it?
Hmm.
So my discriminant here shall be 0, which means what? That whenever the discriminant is equals to 0 or the discriminant is greater than 0, I will always say the equations are solvable. That means
Hmm.
equations can be solved.
Yes.
Okay. And I would, but in this example, because the discriminant is coming out to be 0, here the roots would be equal. The values of the roots would be equal. Okay. The values of the roots would be equal. Are you understanding?
Yes. Yes.
That's the concept. Let's do the third
Okay.
question. The third equation says x square plus x plus 1 equals to 0. Again, the question is determine the roots, the nature of the roots. I'm not supposed to find out the value of x here. No. I have to find out whether I can find out the value of x or not.
Hmm.
So I will just compare my given quadratic equation with the standard quadratic equation equals to 0. So here a shall be 1, b shall be 1, and c shall also be 1.
Yeah.
So my discriminant here shall be b square minus 4ac. So let's put in the value. So b here is going to be 1, 4ac. Yes or no?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
1 minus 4, and that discriminant comes out to be minus 3. And that discriminant is negative, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah.
If that discriminant is negative, what exactly does that mean? You tell me. What exactly does that mean? It means that this equation can't be solved.
Hmm. Yeah.
This equation can't be solved. So I will say,
Correct.
or there is another method of saying this, this equation actually can be solved, but in a different roots. So I would say no real roots exist. No real roots exist. Okay?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
if the real roots does not exist, you will learn in the future classes that complex roots can exist.
Hmm.
That complex roots can exist. You understand the point?
Yeah.
So that is the concept here. So how do we work upon this? Just see. Right. Understood up till now.
Hmm.
Okay. Next question. Question number 4. We have 4x square minus 4x plus 1 equals to 0. I have to check the nature of the roots. What will I say? I will say ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. I have to check the nature of the roots, isn't it? So a here
Yeah.
shall be 4, b here shall be minus 4, and c here shall be 1. So the discriminant here shall be what? B square minus 4ac. So it is going to be minus 4 square. I'm going to put the values right here. Minus 4, a is 4 and c is 1. So it shall be
Hmm.
16 minus 16 here again. And that means it is 0.
Yes.
That means when the discriminant is 0, I will say the equations are solvable. One way of saying this is equation can be solved. Or I would say the real roots exist. The real roots exist. But the roots are equal. They're not different. They are equal roots. You understand?
Yes.
Because how am I saying that the roots are equal? Why am I saying that the roots are equal? I am saying this because understand, because the discriminant is basically b square minus 4ac. But the roots are nothing but alpha comma beta. I hope you're understanding.
Yes.
So when I say minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac over 2a, I hope you're understanding that this b square minus 4ac is nothing but what? That is my discriminant. That's what I'm using here as a discriminant. And b square minus 4ac here is coming out to be 0.
Hmm.
That means if I have to find out the value of alpha comma beta, I will say b is minus 4 plus minus under root of 0 over 2
Hmm.
times
Correct.
4. So wouldn't that be both 4 over 8? That would be 1 by 2. That means alpha and beta both shall be 1 by 2.
Hmm.
Because there is no scope of, because if even if it works like that, you will say what? You will say 4 plus minus 0 by 8.
Yes.
Are you understanding?
Yes. Yes.
So alpha would be what? One second. What
Hmm.
would you do? You will say alpha would be what? 4 plus 0 over 8, and beta would be 4 minus 0 over 8. But basically,
Yes.
it doesn't really make a difference. Alpha would be what? 4 over 8, that would be 1 over 2. And beta
Hmm.
would also be 4 over 8, that would also be 1 over 2. Are you understanding my point?
Yes.
So here, alpha and beta both would be equal. That's what I mean that, the equations you can solve and you can get the value of alpha and beta to be exactly same, which is half. Do you understand my point?
Hmm.
Okay. So alpha beta is going to be half. So here I have actually shown you how you can solve the equation as well and get the same results that you are telling me without even solving the equation. What did you say? That real roots exist and the roots are equal. And that is possible only when the discriminant is 0. Okay.
Yes.
Next question that we have. Question number 5. Question number 5 says 2x square plus 5x plus 5 equals to 0. So 2x square plus 5x plus 5 equals to 0. So what does that mean? It means ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, isn't it?
Hmm.
So here we have a equals to 2, b equals to 5, and c equals to 5. Yes or no?
Hmm.
So when I have A equals to 2, B equals to 5, and C equals to 5, again, I'm not going to solve the equation. I'm going to just check whether I can solve this equation or not. And how do I check it? I check it with the value of the discriminant. What is discriminant? B square minus 4AC. So discriminant
Yes.
here is going to be B is going to be 5 square minus 4AC. So that would be
Yes.
25 minus 4 times to 8, 8 times 5, 40. So my discriminant is coming out to be minus 15. And this is negative. And
Yes.
whenever the discriminant is negative, the equation can be or can't.
Hmm.
The discriminant is negative because it can't be solved. Equation can't be solved. And why is that so? You understand. When you write down the formula for solving it, and I put minus 9 here in the discriminant's place. What is under
Yeah.
root of minus 9? Whose square is minus 9? Tell me. Is there any number at all up till now whose square could be a negative number? Tell me. No,
Yes.
because squares are always positive. If you say 3 minus 3 times minus 3, don't you think that would be plus 9?
Hmm.
And if you say
Yes.
3 times 3, don't you think that should also be plus 9?
Hmm.
Isn't it?
Yes.
That means what? That means if negative, this discriminant, if it comes out to be negative, you will not be able to calculate its root.
Hmm.
And that is why you can't solve this equation. You understand my point?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Hmm.
Okay, that's the concept. So equations can't be solved because the discriminant is negative. Next question that we have is, now the question says this. It says find the values of k for which the roots for this equation for which the roots of this equation are real and equal. Real and equal. That's the question. And
Yes.
what is the equation? What is the equation? The equation is 2x square. The first equation is 2x square minus 10x plus k equals to 0. So here we have to check the nature. Okay.
Yes.
We are given the nature. The roots are already given to me as real and equal. Yes or no?
Yes. Correct.
And the roots are real and equal when I know that the discriminant is 0. I know the condition. I know the condition for the roots to be real and equal. So the basic method is that I'm going to compare it with ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0.
Hmm.
And thereby I will get a as 2, b as minus 10, and c as k.
Hmm.
And I know that discriminant's formula is what? B squared minus 4ac.
Hmm.
So b square minus 4ac would mean what? Minus 10 whole square minus 4ac. I am going to put in the values here. Everywhere b square minus 4ac. So b is going to be minus 10, 4, a, and c. And that I
Yes.
have to put it equal to 0 because that's my discriminant. And the discriminant should be 0 for the real and equal roots. So it is going to be 100 minus 8k would be 0. So 8k goes on the other side, it becomes positive. So k would be 100 over 8. Yes or no? K would be
Yeah.
100 over 8. So it is going to be what? 2 times 4 and 2 times 50. 2 times 2 and 2 times 25. So K here would be 25 over 2. Yes or no?
Yes.
In these kind of questions, they would ask me to calculate the value of K. You understand?
Yes.
And when they would ask me to calculate the value of K, they would give me the nature so that I can just simply put in the condition onto the discriminant and hence find the value of K.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I am given another question number 7 here again, for the roots to be real and equal, okay, the equation
Yeah.
is 9x square plus 3kx plus 4 equals to 0. And the question says that, the discriminant, I do not know, it says the equation has real and equal roots. So, if it has real and equal roots, it says what is the value of k? I do not know the roots. I just know the nature of the roots. I just know the nature of the roots. Are you understanding? So here, what am I going to do? I'm going to say it is going to be ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So a here is going to be what? A here is going to be 9. B here is going to be 3k. Because b is everything apart from x. And c here would be 4. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
And for real and equal roots, the discriminant's condition is that the discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac, that value should be 0. So b is going to be what? B is going to be 3k whole square minus 4a and c, and that would be 0. So it is going to be 9k square minus 4 times 9, 36, and 36 times 4 would be what? 144. Isn't it? 36 times 4 shall be 144. That should be
Yeah.
0. So k square shall be what? 9k square shall be 144. You turn it this side. Yes or no? And
Yes.
thereby k square shall be what? 144 over 9. 144 over 9. And what is that? 16 times 9 is 144. So k square we have as 16.
Hmm.
Now what all values of k can we take? K here would be under root of 16. So k here would be plus minus 4. Why plus minus? Because we have to write down that number here whose square is 16. And 16 is actually the square of 4 times 4 as well. And 16 is also the square of minus 4 times minus 4 as well. I hope you're understanding.
Yes.
Okay. So that's
Hmm.
how we are having this particular question. Understood or not?
Understood.
All right. Now,
Hmm.
next, what do we have? The next question. So we have to find out the value of k, okay, for real and equal roots. And just get it into your mind that d equals to 0 for real and equal roots. D equals to 0 for real and equal roots. D equals to 0 for real and equal roots. Very simple. And what is D? D is the discriminant. Next question is find out the value of k again for which the equation has real and equal roots.
Hmm.
So the condition for real and equal roots is discriminant equals to 0. What is the formula of discriminant? B square minus 4ac equals to 0. So let's compare the given quadratic equation with ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So a here is going to be 12, b here is going to be 4k, and c here is going to be 3. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
So b here, I'm going to put it right here. B is going to be 4k whole square minus 4. A shall be 12 and C shall be 3 equals to 0. I'm just putting in all the values. A here, I'm going to put it right here. And C also, I'm going to put it right here.
Hmm.
So that is going to become 16k square because that's 4 square and 16 and k square is k square minus 48 times 3 shall be 0 because 12 times 4 is 48. So let me multiply 16k square here shall be what? 3 times 8 is 24 and 3 times 4 12 and 144. So again the same question. 16k square is 144. So k square shall be 144 over 16. So 16 times 9. So k square is going to be 9. So k is going to be plus minus 3. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
Yes or no? So k is going to be plus
Yes.
minus 3. Understood or not?
Understood. Yeah.
Okay. Similarly, so this is how we have to find out the questions.
Hmm.
Next question, let's see. Next question says 2x square plus 3x plus k equals to 0. And the question says find the value of k for which the roots are real and equal. For which the roots are real and equal. What would you do? You will have 2x square plus 3x plus k.
Hmm.
So you will say, again, I'm going to compare it to the x square plus bx plus c equals to 0, isn't it? So I will have
Hmm.
a equals to 2, b equals to 3, and c equals to k. All right? And the discriminant is going to be b square minus 4ac.
Yes.
So b here is going to be 3 square minus 4ac. Just put in the values here. And that discriminant here is going to be 0. So that's going to be 9 minus 8k, isn't it? Because 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times k is 8k. So 9 here is going to be 8k. So k here is going to be 9 over 8. Are you understanding my point?
Hmm.
Okay. K here is going to be 9 over 8. That's the value of k for this particular equation where the roots would be real and equal. Understood or not?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do another question. Another question here would be, it says again the same question. Find out the value of k for this equation 2x square minus kx plus 1 equals to 0 where the roots are real and equal. What are we doing?
Yeah.
We are going to do ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So a here shall be 2, b here shall be minus k, and c here shall be 1. So if I have a equals to 2, b equals to minus k, and c equals to 1, isn't it?
Hmm.
So again, we are going to do b square minus 4ac, that's my discriminant, and that should be 0 for real and equal roots. And the discriminants formula is b square minus 4ac. So let's put in the values. So b I'm going to put it here, minus k whole square.
Hmm.
4a I'm going to put here, and c I'm going to put here. And that is going to be 0. So that's going to be k square minus 8 equals to 0 because 4 times 2 is 8. And minus k times minus k shall be k square.
Yes.
So k square here shall be 8. And here you understand 8 is nothing but what? 8 is nothing but 2 times 2 times 2. So k here would be what? 2 times 2. You take out a 2 common and you'll have plus minus 2 root 2. That's the value of k for this particular equation where what would you do? What would you do? Tell me
Hmm.
whether roots are real and equal. Understood or not?
Understood.
Okay. Next question.
Yes.
Next question. The question
Hmm.
says for the equation kx square minus 5x plus k equals to 0. The question says find the value of k, find the value of k for which the roots are real and equal. So you have this equation kx square
Yeah.
minus 5x plus k equals to 0. So you will have ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0.
Hmm.
So when you compare, you get a as equals to k, b as equals to minus 5, and c as equals to k. I hope you're understanding.
Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
And when you put in the values, so you will have b square minus 4ac equals to 0 because that's my discriminant, which decides what kind of roots I will have. And discriminant being 0 means real and equal roots.
Hmm.
Yes or no? Discriminant being 0 means real and equal roots. I hope you're understanding. So
Yeah.
that basically means what? So that's going to be minus 5 whole square minus 4a and c. So a is also k and c is also k. Let's put in the values here. And b I'm going to put here. And that should be 0. So minus 5 square shall be 25 minus 4k square. Because k times k is k square. And 4 times k square that shall be 0. So don't you think 25 shall be 4k square? So k square shall be 25 over 4. Yes or no? So this shall imply k shall be under root of 25 over 4. That means you have to write down those numbers whose square is 25 and 4. So wouldn't that be plus minus 5 over 2? Because 25 is a square of 5 or minus 5. And 4 is a square of either 2 or minus 2. That's totally up to you what you want to consider.
Hmm.
Right? So k actually could be both the values plus minus 5 over 2. K here could be either plus 5 over 2 or k could be minus 5 over 2. That's what it basically means. So that is the value of k. The roots are real and equal. Understood or not? Others.
Hmm. Understood.
Okay.
Hmm.
The next question. Next question says x square plus k times 4x plus k minus 1 plus 2 equals to 0. Now for this equation, it says the roots are real and equal.
Yeah.
And you have to find out the value of k for which the roots are real and equal. So what is the
Hmm.
condition for the roots to be real and equal? Tell me. It should be discriminant equals to 0. What is the
Yeah.
formula of discriminant? B square minus 4ac equals to 0.
Correct. Yeah.
Right? And now
Hmm.
the challenge here is that how are we supposed to identify the value of ABC? Because it doesn't seem to be a full-fledged quadratic equation, isn't it? So it
Hmm.
is going to be what? It is going to be x square plus 4kx plus k times k minus 1 plus 2 equals to 0. Because I'm going to multiply k here and I'm going to multiply k with this full thing. So my
Okay.
constant, my ax square term is this, my bx term is this, and my constant term is this full term.
Hmm.
So on comparing, my a value will be 1, my b value shall be 4k, and the c value shall be k square minus k plus 2. Are you understanding?
Hmm.
So when I have this particular thing, what do you understand from this? So A equals to 1, B equals to 4k, C equals to k square minus k plus 2. And then just put in the values. So B square, so 4k square, put B here, put C here, put A here. So B square
Hmm.
minus 4, A shall be 1 and C shall be k square minus k plus 2 equals to 0. What is 4k square? That's 16k square minus 4k square. Minus and minus becomes plus 4k. Minus times 4 plus 2 shall become plus 8 equals to 0. So I will have 16k square minus 4k square, that shall become 12k square plus 4k plus 8 equals to 0 minus 8,
Hmm. Yeah.
isn't it?
Hmm.
And I can take out 4 common. So 3k square plus k minus 2 equals to 0. So what do you think would happen here? So we would have 3k square plus k minus 2 shall be 0. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And here what is happening? Here now I have to find k. Now to find k I have to solve another quadratic equation. That's a little bit different question. But to solve this here, I would have to solve another quadratic equation.
Hmm.
And what would that be? Tell me. So again, let me compare it with what? Ax square plus bx plus c. But here my variable is k. So a would be 3, b would be 1, and c would be minus 2.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
And let's just solve this. So we have 3k square, b is 1, c is minus 2. So if you compare it with ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, I will have a as 3, b as 1, and c as minus 2. Now again put in the formulas minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. Are you understanding?
Hmm.
Right? Properly?
Yes.
Alright.
Totally.
So minus 1 plus minus 1 square minus 4ac over 2a. Here it shall be minus 1 plus minus under root of 12 plus 24 over 6. So it shall be minus 1 plus minus root 36 over 6. So it is
Hmm.
going to be minus 1 plus minus 36. So how would I solve the values here? Because I am trying to find out the alpha beta here, which they stand for the value of k. Because my variable here is k in this equation. So the k values thereby would be what? Minus 1 minus 36 over 6. Or k could be minus 1 plus 36 over 6. So that shall be 35 over 6 and that should be minus 37 over 6. So these could be my k values.
Hmm.
Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. So that's going to be the
Hmm.
question. Understood or not? Right? Right?
Understood.